Hello everyone and welcome back to DJ's Gaming. This is the Versus series, and this time we will not be putting our lovely Engulfer. We will not be having him face against the Heartless. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I did not mean to do that. Okay, no, let's not do that. And give me one moment. I push wrong buttons. And where is it? There it is. I push wrong buttons. 46 seconds into the video. But no, this time we will not have him face off against the Paladin Champion. If you guys watched my last video, it turned out horrible. So what I am going to do is this time he is going to face against the Paladin Warden. So the Paladin Warden has the Vault Great Bow with a range of 5. So he is a shooter. He is a ranged unit, but it's a very short range. It also shoots an arc infused arrow, and that's important. It ignores cover and unit penalties. That is something important to notice. He also has the Warden's Banner. Shoots a flying Warden's Banner in the air at the target hex, dealing damage to adjacent enemies, ground and air units. It affects both. The Warden's Banner then gives a random non-mindless unit in a 5 hex radius a 20% chance of critical hit. A 20% critical hit chance increase and flanking immunity for 1 round every round. The banner disappears after 3 a round and only affects ground targets, and it's of course a 2-round cooldown. Its defensive mode. This is one of the interesting things I like about the Oathbound is their defensive modes are always do something. Like, they don't just, hi, I raise your defense. It raises your defense. It also gives a 200 that is morale. There it is. There's the word I was looking for. To friendly units in a 2 hex radius for 2 turns at the end of this turn. If this unit is staggered, the defense mode is cancelled. And then it does have psychic resistance because it is a battlesuit. It's also stagger resistance, status effect resistance, and of course it does have an arc weakness. One of the things with a lot of the Oathbound units, they are all juggernauts, so they are able to move through and destroy obstacles. Although it is slowed down, it does not apply to fortified obstacles. It is a large target, making it 15% easier to hit with range attacks. In addition, it cannot take cover itself, but it will count as cover for other units. It also has Overwatch, so it can enter in Overwatch mode. It is, of course, a battlesuit. It's a heavy unit. It is a land unit, mechanical, Oathbound, and it is a skirmisher, so it's an offensive unit. These guys are literally meant to just be behind your units, just right behind them, moving as the whole castle moves forward. You're all meant to be in a group together. It's kind of how the Oathbound works. It's a whole army moves in a group together. You don't split up. And the Kirko, if you guys have seen the last video, you can go ahead and skip through this real quick, but I'm just going to go run through it for those who have not seen the last video. He has the Gunk Thrower, which is an acid type attack, and it is affected by lines of sight. Nothing too special, except it has a really good range. It has Caustic Smoke, that is a cloud of acid that melts the armor. It also ignores line of sight, and it only affects ground units. Has a normal defensive mode. It becomes 25% harder to hit and cannot be flanked. Stagger effect resistance to burning or stunning. It does crash down on top of its on top of whatever's under it when it dies. can be extremely useful if you use these guys as kamikazes. They are farsight, so they have a +1 to their vision range, which is very useful in the overworld as scout units, kind of advanced scout units. Swarm shields, they want to be swarming, just like almost every other Kirko. They want to have swarms. They are a biological unit. They are a flying unit. Kirko, of course, light units though, so they're small, and of course they're a skirmisher. So let's see which one is better. I'm going to put my money that the flying unit may actually win this one. This time, see, and that's the thing, these guys get no cover. Like, this is one of the difficulties when dealing with any of the Oathbound, larger units. They don't get cover. Okay. Now, I also have better range than he has. So let's move right here. Then I can fire at him. And for him to shoot at me, he's going to have to move closer. Now, he only needs... See, that's the thing, is he only needs to move right here. And let's start off shooting the banner. It does some damage to him, but now the banner is going to give a random unit... Okay, come on, let me finish. It's going to give a 20% critical hit chance to a random non-mindless unit, which is me. I'm the only one. So, thing is though, now I can do this. This is going to... Oh, it scattered. I should have aimed right on top of him. I didn't know it was going to scatter. I missed. That means I missed. Ooh, and he just staggered me. Ouch. Okay. But I can hit him twice. I do some decent damage. I could even, honestly, I could fall back, just stay barely out of his range and shoot him. I just thought. Because I can do that. Ow. So, like, I can move here and still shoot him. Granted, he can just move...
Unit down.
Closer. He can just move here and he can finish me off. So, yeah, that stagger, again, that stagger is what
Enemy
really
killed.
hurts. That stagger really hurts
Outcome.
any light units. You gotta hit, if you're dealing with Kirko, you gotta hit them with heavy units or give them an ability that makes them immune to staggering. If you're fighting the Oathbound, make yourself immune to stagger. Because as long as you're not immune to stagger, it's going to suck. So, right now the things that we need to do is I need to figure out a good thing for the Ravenous to fight. He is the tier 3 frontline melee unit. But the problem with him is the tier 3 melee unit is a flyer and he can't attack him. So I'm thinking of using the Kirko's... I'm thinking of not using him. Wait a minute, I just thought that's the last... But I'm thinking of using the... No, not the Diviner. The Watcher. I'm thinking either having the Watcher go against him because he's kind of the only thing that he can even hit. The Champion is just going to waste him because he can't hit the Champion. He can hit the Watcher, but I'm fairly certain the Watcher's going to lose horribly. I'm just not 100% sure of what's going to happen on that. And currently I am making a Diviner, which is the tier 3. So wait a minute. That says it's a tier 6. Oh. It's a tier 6 research with the tier 3. What I might do is throw both the Diviner and the Watcher against him. They're two specialist, or one's an elite, one's a specialist. So they're not the biggest damage dealer. Granted, the Diviner does some pretty decent damage and has a lot of hit points. But I'm thinking of having both of them fight against him and see if that works. Tell me what you guys think. Like, if you guys think that's a good idea or not. And, you know, if it is, I'll go ahead and do it. If it's not, then I won't do it. This is my tier 2. But yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.